Welcome to 44 on the Town. Entertainment news, what's trending, and much more.
Hi, I'm Veronica. We are so glad you could join us here on 44 on the Town. We have a packed show planned today, which will include a visit from Scott Richmond to talk about Project Path and part 2 of Carrie and Rob's European sailing adventure on All Aboard TV. Plus, as an added bonus, Tara and Vanessa will speak with 2 Broke Girl stars, Kat Dennings and Beth Fairs, to finish off the show. Up first, it's time for Entertainment Now with TM Powell. It's sponsored by Emerald City Comics. And fall movie season officially started this weekend with 3 big movies released. And spoiler alert, they are all good.
Finally.
And one of them that we're going to talk about is one that I watched the trailer for like a couple of hours before you and I watched it together. And I thought to myself, I'm going to hate this. And I didn't. I ended up really liking it. I saw the trailer for it, and I thought, how interesting can a guy walking a tightrope be? And then when I noticed that he had a French accent, I was like, it's going to be weird.
I wasn't really sold on Joseph Gordon-Levitt's French accent, but this is a true story about Philippe Petit. And this guy is insane. He walked the void between the 2 towers in 1974, the North and the South, on a tightrope. And listen, I always make fun of you about getting scared in movies. This was one of those movies where I had a hard time looking because I'm afraid of unsecured heights. I'll ride roller coasters, I'll do the death drops in the amusement parks, but unsecured heights I do not like. And visually, man, it is breathtaking, and it takes your breath away, white knuckles, when he's standing up there because he had no line. He could have fallen to his death at any moment.
And, you know, I didn't Wikipedia his story before we went to go see it, so I didn't know whether or not he was actually going to make it. And I will say this much. One of my favorite things, sorry, because you always see me squirming during scary movies, is you're always really quiet during movies. And when he went out on that scaffolding and you went, I was like, yes! I was like,
oh, I couldn't help it. And that just goes to show you how just well made it is. Robert Zemeckis is awesome. He gave us Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the Back to the Future franchise, Forrest Gump. He is great, and it is visually stunning. It takes a little while to get going.
Yes.
But once they get in New York, it's a lot of fun. 3 out of 4 stars for this one. And if you're going to see it, we both recommend see this in IMAX in 3D.
Absolutely see it in IMAX. And yes, the first hour, it is storytelling. But it's not bad. It's a little slow, but you just have to be prepared to watch a slower story at the beginning.
The payoff's worth it at the end.
Absolutely.
And now the second one you didn't go, but that's Sicario. And this movie is dark and it is scary because it's about the war here in the United States that's going on at the border with Mexico. Man, this is a dark film that just shows the problems we have down there with people just murdering each other, cutting off each other's head, and also the lengths that our government will go to fight a war, because sometimes we find out that that enemy over there maybe isn't as bad as that enemy over there. Maybe that enemy can help us out, you know, the whole my enemy's enemy is my friend. And Benicio del Toro, I think he's going to get another Oscar nomination because this guy is one bad dude in this movie as Alejandro, the consultant for us. He's considered a consultant, but you find out some things about him that he may be playing for another team that wants the other people gone just as bad as we do. But it is dark, and Emily Blunt in this movie, she is awesome. We learned last year in Edge of Tomorrow that she can hold her own as an action star. She can act and she can kick some butt, and she does it again in this movie. This movie's a character study, it's a thriller, it's an action movie, but overall it's just a great movie. I really enjoyed this for the subject matter, because it is some dark subject matter.
Neat, cool.
But yeah, I really enjoyed Emily Blunt in this. Now the last one. This is the big one that everyone's been talking about, and this is the one we were the most excited for, and that's The Martian with Matt Damon. I love Straight Outta Compton. You love Straight Outta Compton.
Sure did.
But overall, as a complete crowd pleaser, I think this is the biggest crowd pleaser we've seen all year.
Man, you know, The Martian, for a movie that, again, we're talking about storytelling movies, and this is what I love about some of these big fall blockbusters that are coming out, is that they're storytelling, and The Martian is just that. And even though, because it's a little bit over 2 hours as well.
I didn't feel it though.
No, not even at all. And we talk about this a lot, is the time that I look at my watch. The only time that I looked at my watch during The Martian was to kind of do like a time check to see, like, because I was really getting...
Are they going to save him or not?
I was getting nervous, right? I was like, are they going to go get him? So I looked at my watch, and it was already over an hour and a half into it, and I didn't even feel the least bit bored.
It's a gorgeous film. Another one. You must see this in the IMAX and the 3D. I mean, I know Mars is a dead, red, dusty planet, but they make it gorgeous. And I think this is a career-defining role for Matt Damon. I know he's done a lot in his career, but this one, he stands on his own. I told you, it reminded me of a cross between Castaway and Apollo 13, with the guy being marooned, but also a group of people back home trying to find any way to get him home and help him survive when he's marooned on Mars. But he holds his own. It's all him for most of this movie. There is a great supporting cast, and they make the most out of their limited role, but this is Matt Damon's movie. And I also give it up to Ridley Scott. He had a couple bombs in a row, in my opinion, with The Counselor and Exodus, Gods and Kings with Christian Bale as Moses, which was ridiculous.
That's right.
He bounces back in a big way. We'll see what happens at Oscar time. You know, if Matt Damon and the film and Ridley Scott get nominated in the big categories, but I can tell you The Martian's going to kill it on the technical side because it is an achievement. Just how they use the GoPro, the editing style, how seamless it is. I was just really impressed with The Martian.
Yeah, and you know, there's not many movies that I tell people absolutely go see this movie, and The Martian is one of them. Matt Damon is so good. His acting is on point, and he's everything. He's funny, you know, he's determined. Excellent, excellent film.
Definitely, excellent film. Go out and see it, and I think when the box office numbers come out today, big numbers for this.
Absolutely. You can check out TM's reviews online at CW44.com, and we'll be back with more 44 on the Town.
Entertainment Now with TM Powell, brought to you by Emerald City Comics.
This Saturday at Emerald City Comics, they're having a yard sale. They'll have special prices on discounted items. They'll be clearing out old merchandise. Plus, it's Star Wars Reads Day, where we'll celebrate Star Wars and reading. Stop by Emerald City Comics this Saturday, voted best comic book shop in Tampa Bay.
Emerald City has new and vintage toys from all your favorite comics, movies, and TV shows, plus graphic novels, games, shirts, and artwork. Come see the pop culture explosion at the gigantic Emerald City Comics Superstore. They're open till 6 and Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.